My name is Finn, and for 3 years, I was the best friend of Joshua Montag. When I was about 15 years old, I was a big fan of the YouTuber Just a Robot, and it was through his fan base that I met Josh. When I first met him, he seemed like a really cool and nice guy, and I related to him a lot, mainly because he also had Asperger's syndrome like me. As the months went by, we got more close with each other, to the point where we would talk almost every day. At the time, I was very introverted and socially anxious, and Joshua really helped me with that. He would put me in his videos or remasters, he invited me to his server, he introduced me to awesome people, and I was always there for him when he was feeling down. I owe so much to Joshua for all he's done for me over the last 3 years. But now, all I can think about are the negatives. I noticed a lot of red flags around Joshua that I would always try to ignore or excuse. From his copyright abuse to ignorant racism to complete paranoia. Oh, and applauding the YouTube headquarters shooter.
So I'm glad this happened, because we've had enough of YouTube shit policies.
But that's not the worst of it. When we were first talking, I thought he saw me as a little brother. But it soon dawned on me that he saw me as a boyfriend. To put that in better context, I was 16 at the time, and Joshua was 29. I was very immature and ignorant, so I played along with it for a long time. The talks that we used to have with each other make me sick. What sucks is that he truly made me feel loved and validated. He made me feel special. And that just made me feel bad when he would get angry at me over the slightest of things. Like, for example, in January of last year, I briefly left his server after having arguments with one of the moderators that he assigned. When I told him about what was going on, he blew up at me. He refused to talk to me for 2 weeks, which left me in a deep depression. I literally hid in the bathroom so that my family couldn't see my tears. And although Josh would eventually accept me again, this wouldn't last very long, as by the end of the year, the Box of Fox drama happened, and Josh, in a moment of stupidity, abandoned his entire community, including me. He even unfriended me on Discord, which I still don't understand why. Though he would eventually message me on Facebook and apologize. And I forgave him for it, and I wished the best for him, because I still saw him as my best friend. But in the weeks since, the pieces have finally come together, and I've realized just how abusive and just horrible our relationship was. I look back on our old messages and I just don't feel the same way about them. I guess you could say I've outgrown him. I've found real friends who don't make me feel horrible just because I've made an honest mistake. I'm tired of constantly having to fight your battles and say that you're a good person, and then you proceed to say horrible things about people. Do things that go against my morals. I've grown out of having to feel validation from a 30-year-old man. Now, I will always cherish the memories that I've had with the man I thought Josh was, but I just don't want to be his friend anymore. And Josh, if you're listening to this, that could change. Just please, stop what you're doing. You told me that you were gonna go seek counseling, but I don't think you have. I guess it's just better to repost quotes on Facebook that feed your ego and tell you that you're not in the wrong, everyone else is. And you're just a fun-loving empath. Enough of that. Realize that you're not just some goody two-shoes, and you've hurt a lot of people, including me. If you can just take a look back and realize what you've done, and just apologize for some of the things that you've done, instead of just trying to censor it, then who knows? Maybe we'll go back to being friends. But I doubt it. This is Finn, signing off. Bye.